everybody. This is Carrie. Welcome to Vedida number 5. Today is December 4th, 2013. And if you're new to the Vedida thing, Vedida is video every day in December almost. So this is the 5th one. I have succeeded in making a video every day so far in December. So today's Vedida will be a little bit more along the lines of the videos I was making before Vedida started. This will be a return to the Dating in Korea series because I've got a lot of comments. Here it is, finally, 1 year later. So people have been asking where this video is, and I promised to make it, and it hasn't happened just because of life and many things, and talking about worst dates is a little harder than talking about the best dates. So I've been thinking about this video for a long time, trying to conceptualize how I want to present these dates without revealing anyone's identity or offending anybody who might watch this. So I've decided to separate the several worst dates that I went on into different categories. So this will be the first worst date video, and this will be the accidental date. Those kind of dates that you don't realize you're on until you're already on it, and it's a little bit too late to do anything about it. Let's begin the story of the accidental date with a Korean man in Korea. So the story begins back in 2011. I was at my friend's house who is married to a Korean man, and her husband happens to have a twin brother. And I was over at her house. We were just making mandu together, and after we finished, the brother suggested, you know, who wants to go see a movie? Because we weren't really doing anything. And I said, yeah, I'm up for it. And then everybody else kind of said, no, I don't really go to no. And then they were like, well, the both of you can go together. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I didn't really think much of it at that point. It was kind of like, datey, but I was like, whatever. So I said, okay. And then we drove to the movie theater. And when we were in the car, that's when I knew, oh, okay. He thinks this is a date, and I do not think this is a date, and this could be problematic. Basically, he just started saying nice things like, I'm really happy that you and I get to spend some time together. I'm really happy that you wanted to see a movie with me, and it kind of turned into like, this thing is really fun, isn't it? It was fun, but I wasn't feeling the date vibe. We got there, and the accidental date is actually the beefiest date I've ever been on with a Korean guy, because this guy is stacked. So you need to know this because, actually there's two things you need to know. This guy is stacked, and in Korea everything is built up. So you go to a movie theater and everything is up. So we went to the theater, he bought the tickets for us, and our cinema was on the 6th floor of the building. So we kind of looked at the elevator line, there were a lot of people in line, so he just said, let's take the stairs. And I didn't realize that we were on the 6th floor, or I would have protested and said, no, let's just wait for the elevator. But since he's stacked, he can just like jog up the 6 flights of stairs like it's nothing. So it's kind of funny because I am not a stacked person. So I was trying to like be okay with running up the stairs, but totally like red in the face, cannot run up the stairs, kind of breathing hard, embarrassing, but true for a person who doesn't really exercise more than ride my bike around the city. So that was embarrassing. And then we got to the top of the stairs, found our seats, he let me choose where we would sit. Before the movie started, he started, you know, chatting about, you know, so you had a Korean boyfriend before, and tell me about this, and blah blah blah. And so it's kind of like date-ish talk, like previous relationship-y kind of talk. And so I told him about it, and you know, the things that were good and the things that were not so good about the relationship, and it was okay. And he also had recently broken up with someone, so he was kind of telling me about that. Then the movie started, and every time I laughed during the film, we were seeing Puss in Boots, so it was a pretty funny film. Every time I laughed, he would like kind of touch my arm and say like, I'm happy you're enjoying the movie. I'm happy you're happy. That's sweet, and you want to hear that from the right person, but from the wrong person it just doesn't feel right. So it's kind of like, oh, what am I doing? What have I done? Why am I here? So anyway, we watched the film. He enjoyed that I was enjoying the film. And then on the car ride home, he said, you know, this was really fun. I'm really happy we spent time together. I'm happy you're smiling. And it was sweet, but again, it was the right words from the wrong person. Then we got home and I was actually staying with my friend. The family lives together, so I was gonna be sleeping there anyway, so there was no real like goodbye. It was kind of like, hi, we're back. Now we're all hanging out together. He made me a cup of tea, we had a little more chat, and it was kind of awkward on my part, and I later told my friend like, she was like, yeah, that was kind of the point. And I was like, why did you do this to me? If there's a moral to Vedida number 5 in this accidental date story that I've told you here, let it be to follow your heart and to be a little more direct with people. This is a problem that I have in my life in general, not only in my dating life, but I tend to be not so direct with people. I like to make people happy, so I tend to agree a lot and just say yes and just smile when things ought to be different than they are. So perhaps it would have been better for both me and this guy that I was on the date with if I had been more direct and just said, I'm really happy to be on this date, or I'm no, happy to have a chance to get to know you better, but I don't really feel romantic about you. Had I said that, I would have saved myself this awkward date, plus the text messages that follow. When you're dating Korean guys, there's a lot of flirtation that happens through texting. So I don't know if this is like universal now, but anyway, in Korean culture, it's a big thing. When you text someone, if you're texting a lot, it's really flirty. So when I went back to Jinju after this date, oh, I just said his name. Whoopsie. When I went back to Jinju, this guy was texting me, how's the weather in Jinju? How are you? How's your work? How's everything going? And I tried to leave a little bit of time in between my responses so as to not get into a text conversation with him, which would be flirting. And then a few days later, he sent me a message, and I wish I could read the actual message to you, but I've upgraded my phone and I don't have this message. But it was something like, I have a chance to go on a date with another girl. Should I go or should I wait to have a chance with you? And it was more eloquent than that, but it was pretty obvious what the intention was. And then my reply was, maybe you should go on a date with the other girl. So I think then I was finally clear with him about my feelings, which felt a lot better, and I felt like I was finally released from this like slight thing that had been set up, not only by him, but perhaps other people. So it was kind of nice to finally be like, okay, I definitely felt better after that. So that's my accidental date. So it's actually not a terrible date. It wasn't like something bad happened, but it was just rather that I was on a date with a Korean guy who I didn't want to be on a date with, or rather who I didn't see in the light of the rose-colored glasses that love puts in your mind. There are other worst date stories, unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately if you find these stories entertaining, that I will share with you. I'll try to make them all this December during my Vedida, since I have to make videos every day anyway. I'd rather make content that you guys are crazy about. If you want to see more videos about dating in Korea, there are lots on my channel. If you have a question about dating in Korea or Korean culture, or an idea for a video that you'd like me to make over the next month, please post it as a comment, and I will do my best to make the videos for your viewing pleasure. If you liked this video, you can subscribe to my channel for more videos about Korea, life, everything else in between. And you can like my Facebook page, you can follow me on Twitter, and you can always send direct messages to me on Facebook if you need a specific answer about something. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining for you. It's finally beginning the Worst Dates series. There are more to come, don't worry. So have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow.